Bruce Lee was born on November 27, 1940, in San Francisco, California, USA, during the height of World War II. His given name at birth was Lee Junfan, a Cantonese name meaning, return again. Though born in America, Bruce was raised primarily in Hong Kong, a crossroads of East and West, tradition and modernization. His father, Lee Hoi Chen, was a respected Cantonese opera star, dynamic, theatrical, and deeply rooted in Chinese performance culture. His mother, Grace Ho, descended from a prosperous Hong Kong merchant family. This blend of artistic heritage and cosmopolitan influence played an early role in shaping Bruce's worldview. As a child, Lee was energetic and curious, but life in Hong Kong presented challenges. The crowded city, British colonial influence, and local street culture exposed him to both opportunity and adversity. At times, young Bruce became involved in street fights while defending himself against bullies. These encounters were formative not in glorifying violence, but in forging an inner belief that strength must be practical, controlled, and principled. At age 13, Bruce was enrolled in a traditional school where discipline and academic rigor took center stage, but his restless spirit soon found an outlet in performance and athletics. He showed promise in dramatic arts, likely inheriting his father's stage presence, but he was more captivated by movement than memorizing lines. The turning point in Bruce's life came in his late teens. In search of discipline, direction, and a deeper understanding of combat, he began training in Wing Chun, a southern Chinese martial art known for its economy of movement, center-line theory, and practical efficiency. Lee's Wing Chun teacher was the Master Yip Man, one of the most revered martial artists of his time. Under Yip's guidance, Bruce learned the fundamentals of structure, sensitivity, and directness. But even as he absorbed these lessons, his mind raced with questions. Is this enough? Is martial arts bigger than this? Faster? More adaptable? Bruce never accepted ideas purely because tradition said so. He was a seeker, reading, thinking, testing, and rejecting concepts that didn't hold up under pressure. This intellectual curiosity was unusual at a time when martial arts were often taught as rigid systems with strict hierarchies. He trained vigorously, sometimes running at dawn, shadowboxing on rooftops, or refining techniques until his muscles burned. But he was never satisfied with repetition alone. He wanted understanding. In 1959, at age 18, Bruce returned to the United States, settling in Seattle to finish high school. He enrolled at the University of Washington, where he studied philosophy, drama, and physical education. Philosophy, in particular, resonated deeply ancient wisdom converging with modern questioning. It became the foundation of his martial philosophy, later known as Jeet Kune Do. In Seattle, Lee didn't just attend classes, he also taught martial arts. His students were diverse: law enforcement officers, athletes, street fighters, curious learners, and soon local celebrities. His teaching style was different, personalized, analytical, and fluid. He didn't focus on rigid forms. He focused on efficiency and truth in motion. In 1964, Bruce moved to Oakland, California, where he opened his first martial arts school, the Jun Fan Kung Fu Institute. Soon, another school followed in Los Angeles. By now, Bruce was becoming known as not just a fighter, but a teacher, a coach who could unlock potential others couldn't see. In the 1960s, Hollywood was far from welcoming to Asians in leading roles. Stereotypes and limited opportunities confined most Asian actors to minor parts. When Bruce first came to Los Angeles, he encountered this prejudice firsthand. Yet he persevered. He took small acting jobs, worked as a stuntman, and appeared in television shows such as The Green Hornet, where he played Kato, the martial arts-equipped sidekick. His performance, crisp, precise, explosive, caught attention. Audiences sensed something fresh and electrifying. Kato wasn't just a sidekick, he was the scene stealer. Martial arts moves displayed by Bruce were unlike what American audiences had seen. Instead of choreography designed to look good only on camera, Lee's techniques were real, powerful, and astonishingly fast. Despite this, many producers didn't know what to do with him. Hollywood still struggled to see beyond genre stereotypes. That didn't stop Bruce. He was patient, strategic, and ready to create his own path. Frustrated by limited opportunities in Hollywood, Bruce accepted film roles in Hong Kong in the early 1970s. The Hong Kong film industry, then booming, welcomed his talent, and that welcomed the world into something new. His early Hong Kong films such as The Big Boss and Fist of Fury made him a household name across Asia. These films weren't just action spectacles. They were emotional narratives about strength, dignity, and resistance against injustice. Bruce wasn't interested in repeating the same patterns over and over. For his third Hong Kong film, Way of the Dragon, he wrote, directed, and starred in the movie. This was his declaration as an artist in control of his own vision. Most iconic is the climactic battle against Chuck Norris in the Roman Colosseum, a symbolic East meets West moment. It wasn't just a fight scene. It was choreography with meaning, tradition meeting innovation, refinement meeting raw power. The film that made Bruce Lee a global superstar was Enter the Dragon. Financed and distributed internationally, it showcased his charisma, abilities, and philosophical depth. This movie wasn't just a martial arts film, it was the blueprint for every action movie that followed. Its impact echoes through Hollywood films decades later. Bruce's lines, movements, and intensity became cultural references. Bruce's films carried more than punches, they carried ideas. Themes of self-discovery, resistance against oppression, inner freedom, and discipline appeared in subtle ways. He wasn't content with violence. For spectacle, he wanted meaning in motion. Bruce Lee's largest contribution to martial arts wasn't his movies, it was his philosophy of combat, training, and life. He called his approach Jeet Kune Do, literally the way of the intercepting fist. Unlike traditional martial systems with rigid forms and fixed patterns, Jeet Kune Do was adaptive, direct, economical, interdisciplinary. Bruce believed martial arts should not be bound by rules or steps from the past. Instead, it should evolve. JKD was not a fixed style, it was a method of thinking. Be like water. One of Bruce's most quoted ideas was, "Be water, my friend." Water adapts, it fits the container, flows without resistance, and becomes powerful without rigidity. Bruce applied this metaphor to combat and life. Don't be fixed. Don't be limited. Adapt to reality. Bruce Lee married Linda Emery in 1964. Their relationship was supportive and deeply meaningful. Linda later wrote candidly about Bruce's dedication not just to training, film, and philosophy, but to being a husband and father. They had 2 children. Brandon Lee, who became an actor, Shannon Lee, who became a martial artist and business leader. Bruce's role as a father was intense yet loving. He was determined to instill discipline, curiosity, and compassion into his children. Bruce Lee was known for his magnetic charisma, quick humor, razor-sharp intellect, and relentless work ethic. Friends described him as playful off-camera, but fiercely focused when training or directing. He was a lifelong learner, devouring books on philosophy, psychology, biomechanics, combat science, and cultural history. On July 20th, 1973, Bruce Lee died suddenly at age 32. The official cause was linked to an adverse reaction to medication, but rumors and speculation still surround the circumstances. Regardless of the details, the world mourned a hero gone too soon. Bruce Lee's death was not the end of his influence, it amplified it. Almost immediately, martial arts schools around the world saw explosive growth. People from all walks of life, athletes, actors, philosophers, students, and spiritual seekers embraced his ideas. He changed how film portrayed action and heroes. Martial artists viewed training and philosophy. Asian representation existed in Hollywood. Global culture conceptualized strength and identity. His legacy is not just in movies, it lives in every fighter who trains smarter, every person seeking self-knowledge, and every creative mind daring to break barriers. Bruce Lee shaped action cinema. Directors, stunt choreographers, and actors across generations acknowledge his influence. Without Lee, there would be no Hong Kong action boom, no Jackie Chan, no Jet Li, and no Jason Statham style of kinetic choreography. His films are studied, referenced, and honored globally. Modern mixed martial arts where fighters blend disciplines echoes Bruce's philosophy. He advocated for practicality. Use what works, discard what doesn't. MMA follows the same principle. Bruce Lee's philosophical statements, especially about self-expression, adaptation, and identity, resonated far beyond martial arts. His words appear in leadership books, motivational discussions, life coaching seminars, and philosophical discourse. He didn't just teach punches, he taught a way of living boldly,